Hello, my name is Bella Griffiths, and today I have a special guest here to talk about their former college experience.
Hi, my name is Barnard. I'm the director of tennis here at Millikan University. Prior to Millikan, I was in Bella's shoes as a student athlete at Wartburg College, where I played tennis and had an amazing experience there for 4 years.
All right, so the first couple of questions I have for you are regarding your journey to college tennis. What was your experience like in high school, and when did you realize you'd be able to play at the college level?
I first picked up a racket when I was a sophomore in high school, joined the sport a little late, but I was on a very strong and competitive high school team to where I was able to practice and hit with players who were a lot better than me right off the bat. And that helped me a lot grow quick in the sport of tennis. Junior year, I made it to doubles state, placed 7th. And then senior year, I won state, which that got me a lot of attention from college coaches, and that's what kind of shaped me into becoming a college athlete.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, what was the recruiting process like for you? Was it difficult? Was it easy?
The recruiting process was very easy. I spoke to a few coaches. It kind of is like an interview to make sure I'm a right fit for the college for them, and then that they're the right fit for me. And it was just a lot of recruiting calls and just finding out which place was the place that I could see myself being for the next 4 years.
Okay, and what are some of the biggest challenges you faced, and what kept you going to overcome these challenges?
That's a great question. I think one of my biggest challenges going into being a student athlete was the question of whether I was going to be good enough. Because most high schoolers think that going into college, it's just a big difference from high school, and I went in with that same thought of, gosh, am I going to make the lineup? Am I going to be good enough? Am I going to get playing time? And turns out I got the playing time, made some big contributions to the team, got some good wins, and pushed everybody on the team. Then the obstacles I faced while I was in college was the time management aspect of it, where I'm trying to balance classes, balance weightlifting, balance our practice, and making sure I'm getting my homework done and keeping my grades up. And I think that's one of the toughest challenges of being a student athlete is making sure you're organized and have everything in line and you're able to make it to class and get everything completed.
And what did a typical day look like for you as a college athlete?
At Wartburg, a typical day for me looked like it kind of depended on the weather outside, actually. So when it was cold outside, we'd have practice in the morning. When it was nice outside, we'd have practice in the afternoon. When we had practice in the morning, it'd be indoors, and usually it was 4:30 to 7:30 on those days. Practice would get done right away, obviously, and then I'd go to breakfast with the team, knock out all my classes. I made sure to be done with my classes by noon every day, which was awesome. And then usually after class, we'd have some weight training or practice in the afternoon, depending on the weather, obviously. And then we'd get team dinners most nights, and then the rest of the night was spent studying, and then wake up the next day and do the same thing. It was kind of like a full-time job where you're working an 8-hour shift, then you go home for the day and relax and get ready for the next day.
And what are some of your best moments, sort of highlights of your college career?
I think the highlights of my college career was being all conference 5 times, 3 times doubles, 2 times in singles. But I think all around it's the memories you build with your team. Being around a group of guys that are all working hard towards the same goals, I think those are the memories you cherish. And that's when you have a team with a really good team culture, a family bond, that's what makes every moment, every win, every loss so special.
How did being a college athlete and working with your team help you grow as a person?
Being a college athlete teaches you so many life lessons. It teaches you time management skills. It teaches you how to work in a team environment. And I think those are the two really big things that college tennis has taught me, because most students, they go to school and they're just in class and that's all they have to worry about. But being a student athlete, you're adding tons more tasks to where it gets you more prepared for the real world, in my opinion, where you are, like I said earlier, you're working a full-time job. Every day you're busy until it's time for dinner. And I think that really helps me grow as a person. When I graduated, I was working long hour days, and it was like being in college again and going through the grind of being a student athlete.
What is some advice you could share with current high school athletes that are looking to pursue college athletics, and what should they be doing to prepare?
If you're a high school student looking to play college tennis or a college sport in general, get started on your search right away. College coaches can't talk to you till your junior year, but get started on sending emails out to all the schools that you would be interested in. Send emails to the coaches. Get college visits scheduled right away, because that's where you're going to be able to meet the team, see the campus, and do all that. Because at the end of the day, that's where you're probably going to be going for the next 4 years of your life. So make sure you do make the right choice.
And if you could go back and be a college athlete again, would you do that?
Yes, I would definitely be a college athlete again. I think that shaped me into my career path right now. I did 4 years of college tennis, absolutely loved it, went on to grad school for 2 years, and then didn't know really what I wanted to do with my life. I missed tennis, so I got back into just coaching tennis out in Reno, Nevada. But then I didn't really enjoy that. I needed to get back into something to do with college tennis. So the only way to do that, I didn't have any eligibility left to play, so I decided to go into coaching because I just missed being a college athlete, competing, and I needed some way to get back into college coaching, and that was my way in, was to be a coach.
What's one thing you want listeners to remember about pursuing college athletics?
I would say that it's a great opportunity for you to play the sport you love and also get an awesome education at the same time. America's the only place where you can do that. A lot of my recruiting is international recruiting, to where a lot of internationals come to the U.S. so they can play a sport and also get the education at the same time. So if you have the opportunity to go somewhere and play a sport while also getting an education, absolutely you should do that.